Gosh, I really don't even know how to say this because no words can really express the appreciation I have for the Black community right now. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Um, and I know I'm speaking on behalf of many Mexicans right now. You guys, if you guys don't know, they're coming into our schools and they're taking our children. That way, when the parents come up to pick up the kids, they deport them. The Black community, guys, Black women teachers, that's all I've seen so far, Black women teachers. I'm sure there's some Black male teachers, but Black women teachers are saying they're willing to fight for our kids. I don't think you understand what that means. I don't think you understand what level of sacrifice that is. We all know through history the police brutality that the Black community has gone through. They're basically saying they're willing to die for our kids. We all know what happens and the risk that they are taking for being a Black victim in that kind of scenario. That's a whole other level of love and sacrifice, and thank you so much. And us as Mexicans, we need to completely have their backs. We need to completely be willing to die for their children too, and put our lives on the line. Thank you so much. Sincerely, sincerely from the bottom of my heart. That is just so beautiful. And I know you're going to go to heaven for that. I know that there's a beautiful place in heaven for you for that. Sincerely, for willing to do that for us. Sincerely, sincerely. Thank you so much.
Good morning. What's up, everybody? Listen, I'm an immigrant myself, y'all. Y'all be safe out there. If you know somebody that, that don't have this, right? Y'all be safe, man. Call Nigerian, call everybody, man. Call all the island people, man. Do something because make the guy forgot everything, so you don't do it. But right now, y'all be safe out there. Go hide under the bed, man, because I'm telling y'all, it's not looking good for y'all. I'm saying the guy don't care if he had a baby here. If you don't have your stuff correct, he's going to send you back. So call the people, man, do the woo, man, do the voodoo, make him forget everything. You see what I'm saying? Do the woo, 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 the woo, the woo. You know what I'm saying? Because some of y'all say, man, you know the guy's name, you know his address, you know his birthday, you got his picture, man. Do something. Talk to each other. The Asian, the African people, man. The island people, talk to each other, man. Do something. Because y'all going down. If you want to marry, I don't know, man, 50K or 40K, because y'all going down. I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm trying to help y'all, man. Because today, you have to stay under the bed high. If somebody knocking the door, run. You know what I'm saying? Go in your closet, something.
Conservatives told me that we need to deport undocumented immigrants such as myself because we don't pay taxes. And then Donald Trump went on TV and said that him not paying taxes made him smart. And they cheered. And then conservatives said that we need to deport undocumented immigrants such as myself because we bring crime. But then they voted for a guy with 34 felonies. And then conservatives said that undocumented immigrants such as myself are a threat to national security because anybody could be coming in. But then the FBI came out and said actually the biggest national security threat is white supremacy. And conservatives got mad about it. I'm starting to think that it's not about national security or taxes or crime. I think it's about something else.
Chicago and other cities around the state have been bracing for ICE agents to begin a sweeping effort to arrest and deport dozens of undocumented immigrants who are accused of serious criminal activity. But now the Department of Justice is setting up a new showdown over sanctuary laws in Illinois. Chicago's sanctuary city law prohibits law enforcement from cooperating with federal agents working to find or arrest undocumented people wanted for breaking the law. Now, a Department of Justice memo citing the Supremacy Clause says the department is going after sanctuary cities to, quote, require state and local actors to comply with the executive branch's immigration enforcement initiatives, suggesting arrests are possible for obstruction. U.S. attorneys' offices have been directed to, quote, investigate incidents involving any such misconduct for potential prosecution. Today, after an event at the Chicago Cultural Center, Mayor Johnson ignored questions from reporters, making a door-slamming exit. Alderman Ray Lopez, who fought to modify the sanctuary law to allow police to work with ICE in deporting violent criminals, says this is a warning shot.
Trump is going to be president for 4 years. We better figure it out and figure it out fast, because otherwise there will be hell to pay from this federal administration on the city of Chicago.
The DOJ has also formed a new special task force and reassigned personnel to various cities across the country, with Chicago a likely destination. And another working group is tasked with challenging in court sanctuary laws that impede immigration initiatives. Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul says the Constitution forbids the federal government from compelling states to take immigration actions, but he still anticipates the Trust Act will be challenged in court.
Well, we should certainly worry about having to go to court, given that the Department of Justice has just been weaponized to try to do something that district courts have already said violates the 10th Amendment.
With schools and churches no longer off limits for ICE agents, the community pushback is also growing.
And this is not going to intimidate us. We are working to reinforce our laws to protect our neighbors from a real, in my opinion, dictatorial way of conducting business in the White House.
Attorney General Kwame Raoul made it clear his office does work with the feds on criminal matters regularly, and nothing in the Trust Act, he says, the state sanctuary law, prohibits cooperating in criminal investigation matters, immigration matters, just civil ones.
Person in the United States of America, black women in particular, should not give no type of discourse, attention, energy on anything that's going on in the United States of America and the President of the United States of America, period. This is the first and last video I'm going to make about anything for the next 4 years, because we already told y'all, like there's nothing more to say. Don't ask us for advocacy. Don't ask us to support. Don't ask us to protest, because, bitch, we already told y'all. We told y'all what was going to happen. It's like it's like people really thought this man was bluffing. And that's the craziest thing about all this, is that they really thought he was bluffing. And he was banking on y'all to believe that he was bluffing. You got people talking about, no, he's signing things into, whoa, wait, Project 2025 might be coming to real. Whoa, wait, yeah, what, you thought it was a joke? No one openly speaks about stuff like that, has a 90-plus page manifesto, and doesn't plan on enacting any of the shit that they said they were going to do. Like, you're the dumb one. No, wait, ICE raids are starting tomorrow. Wait, what's going on? I can't. Yeah, bro, we already told y'all, but it's all good. This ain't our fight to fight, black Americans. Go get rich and stay under the radar, because this is not the time to be active. This is not the time to spread awareness. We tried to do that. Remember, we tried to do that. We voted correctly. Remember that. We voted correctly, and the polls show it. The stats show it. So just lay back, get rich, stay out the way, stay out the mix, and think. The only thing you need to do for the next 4 years is think. Use your head and think. Love y'all.
And also, I wish that people were smarter. Personally, I think these politicians, both parties suck. But I think they do a really good job of making us not like each other. America is not, racism exists, always has, and always will. Unfortunately, it's a disaster. But what America really has become is rich people against poor people. And I wish people would understand that politicians do a good job of making us fight with each other, but it's really rich people against poor people. They try to make it about black, white, immigration, homosexuality, and all these different things. But what it is rich people making poor people not like each other. And until we address that, we're never going to be successful.
When we look around and we see today in our politics a rich white man telling working class white people that their problem is brown people, we need to understand the historical pedigree of that. That is symbolic of the entire history of race and class politics in America. The history of rich white people telling working class and poor white people that their problem are black and brown people. So beginning in the 1600s, that is what happens. Prior to about 1670 or so, there was no such thing as the white race, at least not recognized as such, called as such. That is not what people of European descent were when they were in Europe. They were English, they were Irish, they were Scottish, they were whatever they were. They were not white. Only in the colonies do we become white, and for a very specific reason, because in those early years of the colonial period, where you had white indentured servants, one level above enslaved themselves, and you had African-descended folks, some of them enslaved for life, others indentured servants also in the earliest years of the colonies. Those people would often see their interests as being common. They all realized that they were being screwed over by the same landowners, the same elite. They fomented various rebellions like Bacon's Rebellion in Virginia, others as well. And as a result, the elite in the colonies realized that they had to figure out a way to get the other folks from Europe on their team. So they created this mentality that said, you're now a member of the white race. You're on our team. You're wearing our uniform. Now you're at the end of the bench. You may not get in the game, but you're on our team, you see. So then they start putting white folks, now called, on the slave patrols, right? Didn't really give them any land or any real power except the power to control people of color, which is why folks of color say, and they are right, that modern policing traces to the system of slave patrols and slavery. If you got to charge $1 a day and you can make them work for free because you own them, guess who got the gig, Jack? Not you. So in fact, the system of enslavement was in the long run against the class interest of working class white folks, but they got suckered. Same thing happened in the union movement. You had white labor union folks who didn't want black and brown bodies in their union because it would reduce the professionalism of the craft. No, fool, it'll double the size of your union. And then when you go out on strike, they can't replace your happy ass with the brown folk that you didn't want next to you in the first place. Because when they do replace you with them, then you will blame them, not the elite. See how that works? It's a trick. And it has worked for hundreds of years. It is working on some folk right now. And it is our job to resist that with every fiber of our being.
So to the black female teachers out here, out of all the videos, this is specifically what I want to talk about here. You have been now marked. You are now listed as a target because you have somebody that stated you are a willing participant. You are an accomplice in deciding to harbor or hide individuals that the United States government is now looking for. Now at a point in time, you weren't a target. Nobody was looking at you. And now this person, and probably many others, are going to make videos now making you a target, putting you directly on the chopping block when you would have been pretty much invisible to all of this. This is what me and many other people have simply stated to a lot of black people. Sit back, stand down, mind your business. Because the moment in time that you do, guess what? Nobody's going to be looking at you. You're going to be flying directly under the radar. But the moment in time that you decide that you want to peek your head up and you want to do for other people like you've always been doing, knowing the fact that people would not risk, people would not sacrifice, people would not willingly give up their freedoms and their lives directly for you, your family, or your children. Here you are directly yet again doing the exact same thing that you said that you were going to stop doing. Doing the exact same thing that you complained about doing time and time again for other people. But at the end of the day, the exact same result happens, which is people will side with others, even though you did everything in your power to benefit, to shield, and to protect them. All for you to turn around and get no type of thanks, get no type of respect, no type of value. All for you to turn around in the moment in time that you need help. All of the people that you sided by, you walked with, you protested with, leave you directly in the dust because they got exactly what it is that they came there for. And now when it is that they've made it and they see you struggling, they see you trying to, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, they're going to be the exact same ones to either look at you passing by or to knock you right back down. So I'm asking to any of the black female teachers out there that are doing this, do you think that it's really worth it? You're sacrificing your freedom. You're sacrificing your lives. You're sacrificing your health and your well-being. You're sacrificing the ability of being able to come home to your kids, to your family, all to sacrifice that for somebody else. Somebody else that more than likely would never do the exact same thing, that more than likely would not even think twice about just looking over you, walking over you, just Stevie wandering around the room as if they can't hear your cries for help. Is it really worth it? And I want to note again, that these are the exact same people who voted for Trump to be in office. They voted for their own demise. They thought that it was a game. They thought that it was a trick. They thought that it wasn't going to happen. They thought that it was a joke, and they didn't found out. A lot of them have found out. And a lot of them also voted against your best interest, remember? So again, I'm a little bit confused on how it is that black people can still find a way to support other people, even though those people, you know in your heart of hearts, will never go out on a limb and support you. And they've also shown that to you and vocally shown that to you. Every which way has been proven that a lot of people do not care about you, but somehow, some way, you still find and muster a way to sacrifice whatever little bit you got left. You're not going to sacrifice it for your family. You're not going to sacrifice it for your community. You're not even going to sacrifice it for yourself, but you're going to sacrifice it and throw all away for somebody else when it's not even your problem or your responsibility to deal with. So again, is it really worth it now that you're listed directly with them, and now the government's going to be looking at you when they would have just overlooked you, overpassed you, not even paid attention? Now again, you're a target. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.